Module 4. Selling, Cross-Selling and Upselling Legal Services. In this module of the course, we shall focus on legal sales and how lawyers can effectively cross-sell and upsell legal services to improve the revenue streams of their legal businesses. Legal sales are not very different when compared to sales practices for other service-based businesses. The guidelines here will help lawyers sell with much confidence, since every interaction with a letter client will reveal information that can be used to close a sale down the line. As a corporate lawyer, it is important to understand the needs of businesses and the legal market to sell your services effectively. By targeting the right potential clients, marketing your skills appropriately, and understanding the needs of businesses, you can ensure that your sales process is successful. Let us now explore a few ways you can sell your legal services effectively. 1. Identify your ideal client and target market. It's all about knowing who you want to serve and being able to identify where they are on the continuum of need or value. This means figuring out what your ideal client looks like, what their pain points are, how they would benefit from your expertise, etc., so that you know exactly whom to target for your marketing and sales efforts and how to get in front of them. 2. Differentiate your legal services. The key to selling legal services is to differentiate your offerings from those of other law firms. How your services are presented to clients will determine if they can identify a need. Differentiating your service from other lawyers requires a thorough understanding of your client's needs and goals. This requires an understanding of how you fit into the client's overall business plan, not just the legal side of their operation. It also requires an understanding of what drives them, what motivates them, and what they want to achieve in the long term with their business operations. Once you have identified those needs and goals, you must create a strategy that addresses them in a way that makes sense for all parties involved. This includes creating marketing materials that are clear and concise, as well as developing pricing models that work for both parties involved, you and your client. 3. Demonstrate the value of your legal services. Lawyers can sell legal services not only by showing your firm's existing track record, but also by working with clients to develop a plan of action. The goal of this plan should be to help clients gain the most value from the legal advice they receive. The first step in developing a plan is to understand what your client needs and wants. This can be accomplished by asking questions about their situation and gathering information about their goals. Once you have an understanding of what your client needs, you can provide them with a solution that meets those needs. For example, if your client needs help protecting their assets from creditors, you can help them take steps to do so. This may mean helping them establish bankruptcy protection or setting up trusts or other financial planning strategies that may not be a part of their initial list of needs but solves their problems regardless. You must be thinking 10 or more steps ahead at all times. To ensure that your client gets the most value from your legal services, it's important to create a strategy that will allow them to take control of their legal situation. You should also make sure that the strategy is practical for them and won't cause any problems for them in the future. The worst outcome is to suggest a solution that you have not explored for its effectiveness. 4. Sell strategically. The sale of legal services should be approached from the angle of presenting your track record or past successes while also presenting proof of your team's capabilities. Clients want to see that you will be on top of things and provide the appropriate guidance when needed. They are also interested in flexible service options. If a lead simply needs simple advice, it is your duty as a lawyer to have a list of frequently asked questions about popular sectors on your website. This prevents your team from spending time scheduling meetings with a lead that isn't ready to buy your services but will likely be back to your firm when they are ready because of the resources you have provided. Cross-selling legal services. Cross-selling can be described in simple terms as the process of selling additional services to your existing clients. Cross-selling helps to increase your revenues by adding incremental revenues to your existing customer base. It helps to increase your client satisfaction by making them aware of products or services they might not have thought of. Also, cross-selling helps to increase your return on investment, ROI, by increasing your client base, average transaction value and client lifetime value. The following steps will give you a general understanding of cross-selling strategies to deploy. The first step in cross-selling your legal services is to ensure that you have access to an updated database of the clients and services that your firm can handle or has handled in the past. After you assess this database, you will create a list of additional services that the client will find valuable. This information will go into the preparation of your pitch for additional work from the client. It is important to be proactive in researching their legal issues thoroughly, even if they have another legal team that has provided solutions in that area in the past. These are your competitors, so your aim here would be to determine what additional value your team can bring to the table without compromising profitability or effective service delivery. Show that you're in it for the long haul, because one-off clients may find more value in a long-term relationship and not understand the service packages available at your firm. If you are providing retainers, it will be important to create flexible payment categories that will make it easier to commit to a long-term relationship with the firm. Outline the most important legal issues of the company you are approaching with a pitch and determine if they are engaging the services of another firm. If they are unaware of these potential legal issues, then there is an opportunity to cross-sell services that will help with the right solutions. All team members must work together in viewing the larger picture. Instead of simply solving only the problems that the client approached the firm with, legal teams should look for additional ways they can add value to other teams within the firm. These 4 tips should give you a clear understanding of what is required when cross-selling services to clients at your firm. Depending on your unique circumstances, it will be ideal to leverage the strengths of members of your team in the areas of data storage and retrieval for particular clients. Upselling legal services. As a corporate lawyer, you are in a unique position to upsell legal services to your clients. The lawyer-client relationship is a very delicate one. Some clients are very afraid of lawyers, while some are so enamored with the prospect of getting their legal matters done that they don't even care to ask how much they will have to pay for it. On the other hand, some law firms are simply too pushy when it comes to selling their services to the point that it becomes a turn-off for the client. The best way to go about this is to not just focus on selling the services per se, but to create value-added packages that can be of use to the client. This way, you will be able to create a real sense of value for the services you are selling, instead of being seen as just another lawyer with the same pitch. Here are some tips to help you on your journey towards effective upselling of legal services. 1. One way to upsell to clients is to offer them bundled services. Understanding that this may not apply to all your services, you must identify services that are complementary to each other, like obtaining licenses and registration for companies. Offering these services to clients and prospects together in a package must be based on the initial research done by your team on what is obtainable in the industry sector and how frequently these legal services are sought after. 2. Create value-added services that allow clients to engage with other specialized teams within your firm. An example of this can be a contract review service on your website that links clients to specific team members within the firm who can assist them in other services like contract preparation, due diligence, licensing and intellectual property needs. This platform, though accessible to the public, comes with added benefits that will lead to more business for the firm. 3. Provide complimentary consultations with clients to communicate and pitch possible legal solutions to issues that your team has identified outside the brief you were initially given. Timing is very important here. Do ensure that the client is satisfied with the delivery of the current services they engaged your firm to deliver, and they are in the mood to listen to your pitch. There are a few ways to ensure that you and your team are actively aware of cross-selling opportunities. Here are a few scenarios you can explore to see what fits. Possible scenarios: you are in a client meeting and your solutions have satisfied your clients so far, but they bring up a possible issue that they have with a contractor and may need legal guidance but aren't sure if the issue may escalate. Your response may be, "I know a great senior associate who would be perfect for your matter. They recently handled a similar matter which had a favorable outcome and set a precedent for judgments in similar disputes." Or you may say, "I'd like to introduce an associate who's worked with me to help on a matter like this." Your recommendation will remain top of mind because you offered a possible solution even when they only mentioned it in passing. If the issue eventually escalates, they will surely remember to contact your firm to handle it. The final tip: you should consider opportunities with other lawyers. Say you do a lot of work for other attorneys in a particular area and would like to expand your firm's portfolio and list of clients. You can offer a referral fee to anyone who sends a particular type of work your way. This can be achieved through communicating with these lawyers confidentially and nurturing the relationship with them to ensure that your goals are aligned. Client onboarding for law firms. Lawyers need to adopt client onboarding processes that help to better welcome clients to the firm and show them the quality of services offered at the firm. Client onboarding is an essential process that should be followed by every firm to retain their clients. The process provides an opportunity for the lawyers to engage with the client and understand their requirements needs from the start of the business relationship. This will help the lawyers to understand their needs and make it easier to provide them with the best possible solutions. Law firms will have a better understanding of the client's needs and requirements, which will help them in retaining clients. The client onboarding process is a great way for law firms to ensure that they are providing their clients with value for money. It is also a great way of ensuring that clients feel valued and appreciated by the firm, which is essential for retaining them as loyal customers. Law firms can use the client onboarding process as part of their marketing strategy. It can be used by law firms for creating awareness about their services among potential customers, which in turn will result in more business opportunities for law firms. Law firms can follow these processes to aid in proper client onboarding. 1. Identify all new leads based on acquisition channels. New law firm leads usually come from different sources such as referrals, advertisements, past clients or other sources such as web searches or social media platforms like LinkedIn, etc. So it is important to identify all new leads based on acquisition channels so that you know where your new business is coming from. This will enable you to focus on those specific acquisition channels that are giving you good results and give them more attention than others in future campaigns or activities related to client onboarding. 2. Gather information about potential clients. Having information about potential clients is crucial for the success of the client onboarding process. You need to know what they want, what they need, and how they like to be communicated with to successfully attract them as your new clients. You can use surveys or other tools to gather this type of information. 3. Set up an automated follow-up system. An automated follow-up system will help you stay in touch with your potential clients so that you don't miss any opportunities that might arise at a later stage of the client onboarding process. This will also help you build trust and rapport with them so that when the time comes for them to choose a law firm for their legal needs, they will likely choose yours over others. 4. Educate potential clients. It is important to educate potential clients about your services, experience and expertise so that they come to know how you can help solve their legal problems and make them aware of your value proposition as a law firm. Some firms may even offer free initial consultations over the phone or email without charging anything from the client so that he or she gets a feel of what it's like working with the firm in the future before deciding whether or not to hire it as their law firm. 5. Provide value and create trust. Once you have educated your potential client about your services, experience and expertise, it is important now to provide value and create trust through your interactions with them. For example, if you have a client who needs help with drafting a will, you can refer him or her to another lawyer who specializes in drafting wills and let that lawyer take complete care of the matter so that your potential client gets to see how you can help each other out. This will also help you build trust and rapport with each other, which is important for building a long-term relationship between the two of you. 6. Follow up with prospects. Once your potential client has engaged with your firm, for example, signed up for an initial consultation, it's important to follow up regularly so that he or she feels like they are being taken care of and they don't lose interest in working with you. It is also important to communicate effectively at this stage by keeping them updated about the entire onboarding process, what to expect from their legal matter, and what services they will be getting from your firm. 7. Provide value and create trust. It is important at this stage too to provide value and create trust through your interactions with them by making them feel as comfortable as possible throughout the entire legal matter and building rapport so that they feel comfortable enough to hire your law firm for their legal needs in future too. 8. Educate potential clients. Once a potential client has decided to hire your law firm for their legal needs, it is important to educate them about all the details of their case, including how much time it may take, how much effort will be required from their side, and what the process would be like. By educating your clients about everything, you can reduce their stress levels and make them feel more comfortable about working with your firm for their legal needs. 9. Communicate regularly. Once a client has been onboarded, it is important to communicate with them regularly so that they feel like they are being taken care of and they don't lose interest in working with you. It is also important to communicate effectively at this stage by keeping them updated about the entire onboarding process, what to expect from their legal matter, and what services they will be getting from your firm. 10. Follow up with clients. If your client has been onboarded and are satisfied with the services you have provided to them so far, it is important to follow up with them from time to time. This will help you maintain a healthy relationship with your clients and will also help in improving the overall satisfaction level of the client. 11. Be proactive. If a client has been onboarded but they do not seem interested in working with your law firm at all, it is important to be proactive and try to find out what exactly they want from you. This could be a lack of trust or confidence, or maybe because of some other reason. Once you find out why they are not working with your law firm, it will become easier for you to approach them about their concerns and work on resolving those issues so that they start feeling more comfortable working with you for their legal needs. 12. Make sure that your law firm offers the best possible service. While onboarding a client, it is important that you provide the best possible service so that they are happy about working with you. This may include providing some of your best reviews on your website and brochures, the promise of better expert advice due to the multidisciplinary qualifications of your team members. However, when they are convinced and commit to a relationship with your firm, do ensure that their expectations are exceeded as much as possible regarding what was promised. 13. Follow up with all kinds of clients, even if your law firm has larger percentage of international clients or domestic ones. You must follow up and keep in touch with all kinds of potential clients because this will help you build trust and confidence among all sorts of different potential clients and ensure that they are happy working with your law firm. Alienating any group who can bring in the much-needed revenue for your firm would be a wrong move. 14. Be ready to answer questions at any time. You never know when a client may be ready to ask some questions about their case or about how things work at your law firm. As such, you need to be ready to answer those questions as soon as possible. This is where emotional intelligence comes into play because most of the time the client simply wants to know that progress is being made and that their worries won't persist for much longer. 15. Don't give up on cases. Even if you think that your client's case is not going to work out, you mustn't give up on it, especially if the client is still ready to pay for your services. This will reduce the chances of some sort of conflict or dispute between you and your clients later on. 16. Make sure that all documents are clear to understand. It may be tempting for lawyers to use complex legal language to make their documents look more professional and impressive, but this won't help them in the long run because most people won't be able to understand what they are reading. As such, lawyers should keep their language style as simple and clear as possible when communicating with clients or prospects so that everyone can understand them and there are no issues later on due to a lack of understanding of some documentation or feedback by a client or another person involved in a case.